Bev from Land and Lease Realty Queensland. I'm here today with our principal, Bipin, and we're actually going to be talking about BAL ratings, which is, people go, what is a BAL? When they go to build a house, they get this extra costs and things, or they have this question and they don't have an understanding of what a BAL is. So Bipin, what is a BAL?
It actually means Bushfire Attack Level, right? So it is also called bushfire. When the land sales people sell the land, they may gonna call it bushfire rating, or in other words, when you actually look at the paper, it actually says BAL, BAL rating.
Right. And so what's involved with that? So are there more costs, or does it mean it's near a bushfire zone, or how do we, is it good to buy land with a BAL rating or not, or what's associated with that?
Okay. Now there are about 6 types of bushfire rating, BAL rating. Okay. Whether it's good to buy the land, well, if you go more closer to the BAL rating, then you can't even actually build the house, right?
Okay.
It doesn't mean, normally what happens is the new developer, when they develop the land, towards the back of it, they will actually have a bushland.
Right.
Right? Or they have to leave some areas for the reservoir, where they're actually going to plant trees and all that anyway. So if anything happened in that area, if there is a fire in that area, and how much effect that will actually have on your land is what matters.
Okay.
So there are types like 12.5 of BAL rating, there is a 19 BAL rating, there is 29 BAL rating, there is 40, and the highest one is called the FZ.
Right.
Okay. If you're building a house in a 12.5 BAL rating, single-story house, depending on the size of the house again, it could cost you $4,500 to $5,000 extra, depending on the builder. Now, it is more about protecting your house. It's not about that you're going to have a fire in your house if there is a bushfire, but it's about protecting the heat coming into the house, or any flames coming there. So it's more about protecting the heat that's going to attract the house.
Okay.
So the builder going to have to use different glazed glass. Even for your normal fly screen, they're going to have to use the mesh fly screen. And it's more of a silicons that they use on the window jambs, door jambs, all that sort of a thing is what actually increase the cost of the build.
Okay. So it just means that it's not a bad block of land, it's got a BAL rating on it. It just means that there's more trees and whatnot nearby, or that land perhaps hasn't even been developed yet.
Correct.
So that BAL rating could change once that other development comes into play and be downgraded.
Correct. So
okay,
as they develop the land, so when the developer actually proposes to the council, they'll actually go with stage this, stage 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So let's say if the stage is going according to 1, 2, 3, 4 in that, normally that doesn't happen because they'll have stage 30 next to stage 1, which we know, for whatever the reason it is. And it doesn't mean that developer actually will go from stage 1 to develop that way. They may going to develop stage 1 and then stage 11 and then stage 2 after that, so it could be various, right? So as they develop the land, if there is a bush at the back, as the bush clears, the BAL rating changes as well.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're buying a land now and there is a 12.5 BAL rating, because they have not told the council they're going to clear the other land yet, or those land has not been cleared. But by the time your land is ready and by the time the other ones at the back is getting cleared as well, so you may not going to end up with the BAL rating anyway.
Okay, that's good to know, because those extra costs might come into play if someone's budget's tight.
Yes.
And then it gets downgraded and they don't need it. So yeah, no, that's great. I think that's really good just to be aware of BAL ratings.
Yes.
And not to panic.
Yes, but it's a good idea when you're buying the land and if you've got a BAL rating, ask your developer if there is any other land back of that going to be cleared in the future or not. So that way you are more certain that the may going to come down as well.
Yeah, great. No, that's great. Thanks for explaining that, Bipin.
Not a problem. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.